Hey, hey, hey! Well, welcome to the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And coincidentally, the last episode of this season.
No coincidence, I did that on purpose. I literally wrote the schedule down, so.
So, without further ado, we should just get into our dumb ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, mine is less dumb, but it's the more entertaining out of the two options that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, basically, I don't know if it was yesterday or 2 days ago, but I was scrolling on TikTok and I was watching, like, it was like an edit, okay? And so I went to the comments and then there was like a piece of a fan fiction in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I read the whole comment. Okay, it was really long. It was really long. I read the whole thing. And I was like, this is crazy. So then I was like, I need to go find that fan fiction.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically, this fan fiction is 29 chapters and counting. They're still
Wow.
writing it. I'm reading the whole thing just for a scene I already read.
Oh, my word.
And I'm waiting till that scene has happened. Like, that scene hasn't, like, happened in the story yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I already know it's going to happen because I read it in that TikTok. So I've been reading that. I'm on chapter, like, 12.
Wow. Just for one thing.
One scene. That I already read.
Mm-hmm.
I already know.
Yeah.
So I really don't have to be reading this. But I'm super invested.
So then it's not just for that scene, it's just because of that scene.
Yes, because of that scene. I'm invested now. But at the beginning, like the first, like, 5-6 chapters, I was just like, oh my gosh, when is it gonna happen? Like, I didn't really care. But then I was like, wait, just care a little bit.
Oh.
And now I do.
Wow.
And I'm really scared because I read ahead, like, what the chapters are called.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's gonna get, like, I think it's gonna be like a tragedy.
Oh, wow.
And I'm, like, half tempted to just read up to that scene and then stop.
Mm.
Because I don't want it to go past that.
I see.
Also, because I've been reading it, I read it all day yesterday.
Mm.
Like, that was all I did yesterday.
Mm.
And so it's been on my mind, so I've been wanting to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't talk about it because I couldn't talk about it because this. But literally, I'm not even kidding. I woke up at 6 a.m. today and started reading until 8. So for 2 hours this morning, I woke up and I was so excited to read it.
Wow. That's really crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, especially considering I'm not a reader.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good, so
Mm.
no regrets.
I guess. And that's it.
That's it.
Okay. Here's one that's not very good at all. My alarm, like the clock app that comes with your phone, like, you can set alarms on there, and like everyone does that.
Yeah.
Well, and like you can like add, like if you have Apple Music, you can add the music on there.
Mm-hmm.
And mine all of a sudden just like stopped working. Like the music won't play. It's just an alarm sound.
Oh, that's ugly.
Yeah. And so one night I was like, oh, I need to figure this out like before I go to bed. And so like I spent like an hour longer just trying to figure out how to make the music work on there. And then I just ended up getting a whole new app and ditching the clock app because it wouldn't work.
Wow.
So now I wake up to not music and not an alarm, but like it's like you set the time you want to wake up and then it starts playing 15 minutes before that.
Okay.
But it's like very subtle sounds.
Okay, to like ease you into awake?
Mm-hmm.
Did you try that this morning?
Well, I've been trying that.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah, but I wake up the first sound.
Oh. I guess your room's just like very quiet.
No, I'm just a light sleeper.
Oh.
I'll wake up to anything.
That's
I
unfortunate.
get that from my mom.
My mom's like that too. I don't think I'm a very light sleeper.
Like, I can be in like a deep sleep, but at the same time, it feels like I'm always awake throughout the night.
I've had some nights that were like that, and it's not fun.
Mine's pretty much every night.
That's actually horrible.
Like, I'm sure that I do get into the deep sleep and, like, I'm not awake at all.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, my brain comprehends that as I'm awake the whole time because it can't, like, figure out when I fell asleep and when I woke up. So I think it's just, like, I never slept.
Weird.
Like, it's always, like,
No,
on.
that's-
But if it's off, it's, like, and then it turns back on, it's like, oh, I was never off.
That sounds torturous, actually. I literally love being asleep.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's probably why when I wake up, I'm like, I didn't sleep. Because, like, my brain thinks I didn't, but I did.
Weird.
So, like, I'm all rested, but it doesn't think I am.
Interesting.
That's what it feels like. That's
Yeah.
obviously not probably real, but...
Yeah. It's just how you interpret it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's...
Sounds terrible.
Yes. The alarm clock idea sounds like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like, starting early and, like, easing you into awakeness. Like, that sounds heavenly.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not getting eased into awakeness. You're just, like, waking up. And that sounds horrible.
But it's not like a startling, like, oh my gosh. It's just like,
Well, it's still, like...
I'm awake now.
Just being woken up is the worst feeling.
Yeah.
Even if you're being woken up for something that you're excited for, like a vacation next day or something, being woken up is horrible. Like,
I wish there was a way to just always naturally wake up on time.
I mean, if you're consistent with it every single day, you can build a habit, and then like a natural alarm clock will happen. But that also comes with going to sleep at the same time every day.
Mm-hmm. I try.
Oh, it is so hard.
I cannot go to sleep early at all.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, like, start getting tired. Well, I can start getting tired around, like, 9:30 maybe. But I won't, like, be in that state of, like, oh, I'm, like, ready for sleep until, like, literally 1 o'clock.
Yeah. I mean, last night I didn't fall asleep till like 2.
Yeah.
But that's a little bit my fault also. but mainly, I do take a long time to actually fall asleep.
Yeah. I just don't know what it is. Like, I literally just can't go to sleep ever.
Your
Like,
brain is just...
I force myself to sleep every single night.
You gotta be, like, imbalanced or something.
With what?
I don't freaking know.
Oh, okay.
I just mean, like... You just gotta be, like... I don't know. Because... Like, that's gotta be, like... There's gotta be a solution, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, for a while, like last summer, I, like, started going to bed. Like, I was like, I'm gonna go to bed around 10, and I, like, forced myself to do that. And, like, I think that actually did really help. Like, I was, like, actually started getting tired then, and, like, I started to be like, okay, it's time for bed, and, like, my brain was like, I'm going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I think that helped, and so I should do that again. It's just hard to force yourself when you're not tired in the slightest.
Takes
to
a
go to
lot of
bed.
willpower.
Yeah.
Cuz also I think for me, whenever I have a hard time falling asleep, I think it's because I don't actually want to be asleep. But I'm tired, so I'm like I should, but I'm keeping myself up because genuinely I want to be awake.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm just battling myself, and it's just like, okay, just go to sleep. You're not missing anything. You can watch this tomorrow.
Sometimes I wonder if it like goes along with like my anxieties, cuz like I know that a lot of the time I'm like not wanting to go to sleep because I don't want the day to be over, because I don't want tomorrow to start.
That makes sense sometimes, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I feel that sometimes.
Right. Cuz like usually the times that I never get tired are the times that I have work the next morning.
Yep.
But the times I get tired is like I don't have something the next day, but I'm still like, for some reason, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know, anxious for the next day, even if there's nothing happening.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta make that day last as long as you can.
Yeah. Also, times where I, like, I think where it could have started is like when I would have like school or work or something like the whole day, and then my time would be night, because that's finally when I have my free time.
Right.
So then it became, I need to make this last longer because this is where I actually get to enjoy my day.
Right.
And so then that's probably where it all started.
Probably. It's unfortunate.
Because the only time I got free was bedtime. So I was like, I don't want to waste it on sleep.
Just having too much fun.
But anyways, the 1970s, we always get, I used to get the 60s and 70s confused. They were literally the exact same thing in my brain. Now I think I know the differences. And I think I said them the 60s episode.
Yeah.
But the 70s, like you said in the last episode, like the 70s was always portrayed as the 60s. Like they gave the 70s the 60s vibe.
Yeah.
Which is so strange. So now whenever you think of the real 70s, you're like, huh.
You're like, oh, that's not what I heard.
I was imagining when I was thinking.
Yeah.
That. Because the 70s has much more like, not dull, but like natural theming.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking like, you mean like color schemes or like just like in general?
Just in general theming.
Yeah. I mean, that was like when hippies were really popular. So it's like being natural and stuff was just like the trend, which is actually really awesome.
Yeah. And then they were like, let's actually go as far away from that as possible now.
Yeah. Yeah.
If only the 70s stayed.
Yeah.
But it didn't, so. But yeah, it's strange because like we went from the 60s, which is like super like futuristic, bright colors, disco, groovy, to then the 70s, which is like very natural, more muted colors. Okay, and then we go to the 80s, which kind of doesn't go back to the 60s, but like takes another flip into like the bright like rock and like punk and like crazy colors and like all that stuff. And then it kind of stays that way.
Yeah. You mean like
It's
till
like,
now?
Kind of. I feel like I don't know what happened to where like every decade really was like, you know that was in this decade. And now I guess you still can, but like, unless it just feels like when you're in the decade, there's nothing.
Mhm.
There's like no theme
Yeah.
until you're out of it.
And I've always thought that, like, well, not that. I've always thought what you said before, that the 2010s and on just had no, like, culture, and it was just random, do whatever. There's no
Mhm.
vibe. But, like, looking back,
There was.
there was. Like, I probably couldn't describe it to you,
Mm-hmm.
me myself, but, like, you can feel it.
Yeah.
Especially, like, I know we're still in, or no,
We're in the 20s.
we're in the 20s. So, like, we're still in the 20s, but, like, 2020, like, that year itself had a very specific aesthetic, like, with teenagers, I guess, with, like, e-boys
Oh.
and, like, e-girls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that I don't think really trailed out of that year
No.
very far.
I feel like 2020 was a decade in itself, and then we
Mhm.
came back into like 2021, and we were like, now it's the start of the decade.
Now we can actually do something. We,
Yeah.
like, had a break.
Mm-hmm.
Gap year.
Yeah. We had a decade gap year within 1 year,
Yeah.
where it was a whole entire, like, on its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm sure once we get into the 30s, we'll look back at the 20s and be like, oh yeah, that's kind of what it was.
Yeah.
That's so 20s.
That's so 20s. That's
That's-
actually crazy.
Terrifying to
That's-
think about.
Actually so crazy to say.
We've already have lived in 3 decades,
Yeah.
you and I.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about.
Because we do say that's so 2010s. That's so
Mhm.
Y2K. But, like, we don't.
When you're living in the decade, it's like, because you're still forming
Mm-hmm.
the vibe
Right.
and aesthetic of the decade, so you can't really just like be like, oh, that's definitely what this decade is.
Yeah, you're not, like, living in the 70s and being like, well, I have to dress like it's the 70s.
Yeah.
Like, you're just, like, going with the trends and
Yeah.
doing what you want.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. And so it's kind of like you living in that decade to then form what that's going to be,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of cool to think about.
Yeah.
Or kind of like a part of what maybe the future kids and like people will be like, oh, that's so 20s.
Yeah. And we're only, like, halfway through, so there's still
Mhm.
a lot of time to
Yeah.
form something a little bit more concrete.
Yeah.
That's kind of really fun. And
Yeah.
there's always, because, I mean, obviously, like, in each decade, it wasn't everybody wearing the exact
Mhm.
same aesthetic, doing the exact same things.
Yeah.
So I think that's another part of why it's hard to recognize it when you're in it.
Mm-hmm. I do think that it was more like that in past decades.
I agree.
But, like, I think today is very much accepted to be different.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's so, and will be hard to kind of pinpoint the style, I guess, like the,
Like, okay, we're having a 20s party, a 2020s party. Come dressed in that decade, and then
Mhm.
everyone
whereas,
will wear completely different.
yeah.
Whereas, like, if you were to do a 70s one, most everybody would do, like, a hippie,
Mm-hmm.
like, costume.
Which maybe the 2020s, like, outfit would be like a tennis skirt with like a cute t-shirt, some white tennis shoes, and
Or, like, cargo pants and, like, a cropped, fitted, like, tank top
mm,
and
Yeah.
white tennis shoes.
mm-hmm. White tennis shoes are
Air Force Ones.
in.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I forgot about Visco Girls, also 2020.
Yeah, that's what I always think of.
Yeah.
I don't even know what an e-boy or e-girl is.
Really?
I've heard of it, but I don't really know or care.
Yeah, it's not like it's even at the time it was cringy to do that.
Yeah.
And which is
so was Visco Girl.
that's true. But that's actually completely true. But like the e-boys and e-girls were like trying so hard to be edgy, but they didn't really do anything with that other than just change their clothes and makeup.
Yeah.
And wear like the little hearts, black hearts on their cheek,
Mm-hmm.
which I did that, but not because of that.
You were an e-girl?
No. I'm saying I did I did a heart on my cheek, but not because of the e-girls did that. I did it because, well, I just thought it was cute, and because like Draculaura, and I was drawing little pictures by my eye anyway, and so I was like, a heart, that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
I did dress like that probably a few times, but not like, which it is embarrassing, but like, for me, personally. But that wasn't like my overall aesthetic.
But the 70s, I wasn't like too, like, I'm an 80s guy, but like, and that kind of started from Stranger Things and kind of grew from there.
Mm-hmm.
And like everything just like really just like 80s was like became like my thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was like my new life.
Yeah.
And then
It's your new Harry Potter.
yeah, literally once like
but like
Harry
it's
Potter
a whole decade.
left, like the 80s aesthetic and vibe like entered.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that was like my thing for like maybe 2 years. And then like one day all of a sudden I was just like thinking about the 70s for some reason, and I was like, then all of a sudden got into that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, I think that then entered all the decades, like being like kind of evenly in there.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, oh, now I'm into 70s. It was just like, oh, the 70s, and then like all the rest were like, oh yeah, I like them all.
Yeah, it's really hard to pick because they're just so different, and they each have their own like really good things.
Yeah. The 70s, I think I like 70s music more than 80s music.
Okay, yeah. I think 70s music feels fall to me, and 80s music feels summer.
Yeah, I could agree. I think 70s music also feels spring.
Yeah.
But also, because of my love of like, I think, I can't remember what came first. If I liked the 70s, I'm about to start talking about Camp Daybreak.
Yes!
A book I'm trying to write.
That's actually a perfect thing to talk about this episode. That's amazing.
Yeah. I can't remember if me liking the 70s came first or dating Camp Daybreak in the 70s came first. Because I feel like Camp Daybreak came first.
I think so too.
And so then I think that kind of sparked like not maybe sparked, but like helped with the liking of the 70s.
Yeah, because you
then
had
I
to
had
research it.
know what was going on in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Camp Daybreak is, if I ever talked about, I think I talked about it like once.
In passing.
Yeah. I don't want to like say too much because like it's, who knows if it'll ever happen even. But like Camp Daybreak is a book I've been writing for like 3 years now probably. Like the first draft.
I don't know. I stopped kind of like listening to what you were actually saying, and I was just like really thinking about it.
Wow, okay.
So.
It's a horror / thriller book slash slasher mainly,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like takes place in a 1970s summer camp where the counselors get slaughtered by a serial killer.
It's actually an amazing book. Well, I mean, it's a secret. It's not even real.
But all of the Camp Daybreak things started from I wanted to have a birthday party and I wanted to have a bonfire at my
Mhm.
grandparents' house. And I was like, well, it's been a while since I've had like a themed birthday party, so I'm going to make it themed. And I was like, ooh, what if it's like a summer camp theme? That's fun. And I was like, wait, what if it was a horror summer camp theme? And it just kept building from there.
Yes.
And then I was like, because I'm extra, I was like, actually, I'm going to give everyone who's coming like a character
Mm-hmm.
and then like kind of like a stereotype character, not like fully built character. That's how it started anyways. And then
we all just had like a
like, oh,
just generic.
you're the geek counselor.
Yeah,
You're the
nice girl. You're the popular one.
Mhm.
You're the creative one. Like
Yeah.
we didn't really have a backstory. Like not
Yeah.
much.
And then I was like, oh, well, it would also be fun if like everyone knew like how they died in the storyline of their character. So then I started writing how they would die.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I was like, well, this is like kind of something.
Yeah.
And so literally within one night, I wrote an entire plot line of this whole entire camp slasher
Yeah.
story.
It wasn't just a plot line. Okay, you're kind of selling yourself short by describing it like that. You wrote like the story, just not in book form. You wrote it in.
Yeah,
As
I
if-
wrote the entire plot.
Yeah, I guess so. But there was like, it was like it wasn't like detailed, but it was more detailed than just
It was like
a little this happens then this happens. It was
like an 8-page
yeah, like it was the story
with no like paragraphs. There was no paragraphs. It was an 8-page fully thing.
Just one 8-page long paragraph.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
And I wrote all of that within one night.
Because it was good enough and it just kept flowing.
Yeah, and no story has ever flowed that simple and easy to me in my life.
Okay, listen. That story is literally just everything I love just packed into one thing. I love horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
I love camp-themed horror movies. And it's in a different set in a different decade, which is
Mhm.
always fun.
Yeah.
Obviously, like we're not the actual characters, but like we got like all my friends were the characters at the
Mhm.
party, so like it reminds me of like you guys and stuff.
Yeah.
You wrote it. It's just it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's literally so cool.
Yeah. I've been discouraged about it for the past like year basically.
What a bummer.
Yeah.
Really, I would like literally I literally love that story.
Most of my discouragements from writing is from like imposter syndrome.
Don't get that.
Because I'm like, oh, but I don't have any real knowledge or like learnings of being like a professional writer. So like I'm not.
Yeah, I understand that feeling. And obviously I know that you know that that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
And so, right? Because that's literally insane. Whenever I get imposter syndrome, I always know in the back of my head that it's not true, but it's hard to fight the feeling.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Literally, I just read I'm reading a fan fiction by some random girl that's writing it in her bedroom
Mhm.
at night, just putting out one chapter at a time. like literally writing it one chapter at a time. So I don't know how she's doing this because it's like if she already has it like typed out or something or what.
Mm-hmm.
But and she's just this random girl who watched a movie and was like, I'm gonna write a story on that, and she
Yeah.
did, and it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So who's to say you can't do the same?
No, I know.
Literally-
I know.
Like every writer started from somewhere.
It's easy to say I'm a writer. I don't not believe that I'm a writer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the imposter syndrome comes from publishing a book. Like writing a book makes me feel like I don't have the qualifications to do that. Like I didn't go to school. I don't have the grammar knowledge. I don't have any knowledge other than just my creative brain.
Yeah.
And so like how will I get anywhere kind of
Remember what Kale said? That you need to build a team because you can't be everything?
Mm-hmm.
You're not a publisher. You're not an editor. True. That's why you get a publisher and an editor.
Mm.
You are the creative brain. That's your role. Because not every publisher is just going to write their own book and then publish it. Some are, yeah. But you need your team. You cannot be everything.
I see. That was good.
Yeah.
Back.
Freaking boom.
Wow.
Your stories are good. They don't have to be perfect to be on the shelf.
Yeah.
But they can be edited and revised by someone who is more qualified, who did go to college to be an editor.
Mm-hmm.
And you would be denying them a job if you tried to do it yourself.
Right.
So do it for them.
Yeah.
I mean, also, literally, the book that I read that one time when we went to the library.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We've been to the library several times, but that one book that I read that one time was like, it wasn't good.
Oh.
Like, the story was kind of interesting, but the writing itself, it felt strange. Like, because when I was reading it, I was like, oh, that's weird, but it's fine because this is an actual book, so it must be good.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I was reading, I was like, wait, no, anyone can publish a book.
Yeah.
And put it in a library. You know, like, this could be a bad book.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I kept reading it anyway. Like, I don't care how good the grammar is.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not a college professor.
Mm-hmm.
I can still enjoy a story and see the hiccups along the way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're human. I'm human.
Yeah.
I just think it's amazing, and I think you should definitely not let that stop you.
Yeah.
But, like, writer's block is a whole separate thing.
Yeah. I get that every day.
Yeah.
I couldn't even count how many, like, stories and, like, just things I have written.
Like, started
Yeah.
or finished.
Well, there's only one thing that's finished, and it's not even finished.
What was that?
17.
Why is it not finished?
Because it's not finished until it's not finished.
Okay.
Nothing's ever finished.
Wow. So insightful.
Art is never finished.
I agree. It doesn't ever have to be finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be complete, but it's not finished.
Okay.
Even a painting can be complete, but it doesn't have to be finished.
Yeah.
Because it could have a collection started from that, meaning that art piece still isn't finished. Because it's not complete, like, done.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could literally even put it in a museum and be like, actually, there's something missing, and I'm gonna do that and put it on there.
I forgot to draw her eyes.
But yeah, I don't think art is ever finished.
The fact that art is just like so loose like that and free like that, like sometimes if I'm making a painting or making any art piece and I just like don't feel like doing it anymore, like I lost the inspiration for that particular piece,
Mm-hmm.
like I just think it's so amazing that that can still mean that it's done, like that I'm done with it,
Yeah.
and it is complete. Like even if half the painting is not on there, that's still like could be in and of itself, it's an art piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything can really be labeled as art.
Yeah, there's this one girl I saw on TikTok that there was a piece labeled procrastination, I think, and it was literally just a blank canvas with a dent in it because it had been behind her door for years, and the door stopper indented the canvas.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just amazing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, she didn't do anything to it, but she did, though.
Yeah.
Like,
It has a story.
yeah. And that's, every good art piece has a story. It doesn't have to be amazing. It doesn't have to be, like,
Yeah.
skilled.
Even this painted wall with like this design, it's art and it has a story behind it.
Yeah. The little wobbly lines, the unerased pencil markings.
Yeah.
I love looking at things like that. I love
Mhm.
looking at literally everything in life as art. Even like your phone that has scratches in it on the front.
Mhm.
That's because you were having lots of fun one time and you dropped your phone because you were laughing too hard. Like that's
Mhm.
now you can see it on it,
Yeah.
and that's just that's beautiful to me.
Yeah. Cuz like these chairs can be art because someone made them.
Yeah, that's true. Wow. Thank you to whoever made this.
Thank you to this man.
Thank you to this man.
But yeah, and that kind of also fits into the 70s vibe because I feel like that's very like I feel like artsy like culture kind of rose there too.
Yeah.
Cuz like I feel like everything good happened then and then it kind of didn't anymore. Cuz like the eco lifestyle kind of got brought up more, and like
there was a lot of like rights activists
Yeah.
and stuff, like protests that came out of the 70s, which is great.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it was 10 years, so of course there was bad things that happened too, but that's inevitable because we're on Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to add, these pants have, yes, I painted on them, but they're art piece for a different reason, because I actually wore these pants at your Camp Daybreak party.
Oh yeah.
And this might sound gross, but it's not really. There's like the heels are like worn from running on them, and there's probably still a little bit of like dirt on them from that day.
Yeah.
And that's like, I'm not mad that these pants will forever have dirt on them, because it will remind me of like a super awesome fun day that we had where the ground was so muddy we were sinking in it.
Yeah, literally.
Mud is everywhere. It's a little excerpt from the Camp Daybreak song.
Yeah. We can do our trivia.
Yes, okay. We're starting to get to where we might actually be able to answer.
Yeah.
because it's closer to our actual lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that groovy 70s quiz.
Mm.
Gary Dahl. Oh my gosh, we're freaking timed. Gary Dahl created the 1970s fad, which he began selling which inanimate objects as pets? Bells, spoons, baseballs, or rocks?
Rocks.
I'm going to say rocks. Yes. Jeez. I'm actually so scared. We had
Go
12
then.
seconds
Go.
left. No, it's like each
Oh.
question your time.
I see.
So I don't know why that's happening. Okay. What woman defeated Bobby Riggs during the September 1973 Battle of the Sexes tennis match? Billie Jean King, Martina. Now, oh my gosh, I cannot say these names. Okay. Steffi Graf or Margaret Court?
Martina.
No, it was Billie Jean King.
Freak. That was my second guess.
In 1976, 26-year-old Steve Wozniak co-founded what company? The first to successfully market personal computers. Texas Instruments, Apple, Radio Shack, or IBM?
IBM.
It was Apple.
Really?
Yeah, that's really surprising to me.
I think I heard that though.
The first to successfully market personal computers.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I remember that. Well, obviously don't remember that, but like,
I was there. Okay, during their reporting on the Watergate scandal, Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein's anonymous source had what code name? Deep Throat, Shaft, Sergeant Pepper, or R. Man Flint? What is this?
Sergeant Pepper.
That was Deep Throat.
Okay. Did they purposely do that, I wonder?
They had to have, right? That was his code name?
Interesting. I wonder if he was gay.
That's crazy. Okay. Which of these catchphrases would be frequently heard during the sitcom Welcome Back, Kotter? I don't know. Dynamite, kiss my grits, up your nose with a rubber hose, or you big dummy?
Kiss my grits.
No, up your nose with a rubber hose.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to start going with my second options.
Okay. Before starring in Charlie's Angels, which of these people modeled a red swimsuit for a poster that would become an all-time bestseller? Jane Fonda, Cheryl Tiegs, Rachel Welch, or Farrah Fawcett?
Farrah Fawcett.
Yes.
That was my second choice. My first choice was the first girl.
Wow. Which of these not ready for primetime players was not a member of Saturday Night Live's debut cast in 1975? Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Glinda Radner, or Chevy Chase? Chevy.
Oh.
No, it's Bill Murray.
Freak.
I was going to say that,
That's my
but I
second
didn't actually.
choice.
Bill Murray is the only one that I recognized the name of.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know who that is. And so I was like, probably going to be him. Then I was like, but maybe that's where I recognize the name from.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I guess not. I do not know who that is. Known for hits like YMCA and In the Navy, Village People's 6 members each wore a different costume. Which of these was not one of them? Cowboy, football player, construction worker, or police officer? I think construction worker.
That's what I was going to go with.
Oh, it's football player.
Strange.
I feel like I can envision that though.
Yeah.
But there was a construction worker there.
Of course there was.
Weird. To eliminate any potential conflicts of interest, Jimmy Carter put what family-owned enterprise in blind trust when he was elected president? Peanut business, shoe store, karate dojo, used car dealership.
Peanut store.
Peanut business. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Freaking knew it.
Peanut store. According to the title of David Bowie's 1972 album, what band plays with his alter ego Ziggy Stardust? Oh, fun. The Spiders from Mars, the Angry Inch, the Electric Mayhem, or the Wonders? Spelled like the letter. I mean the number.
Would it be the Angry Inch? Or would it be the Spider?
Time's up. It's the Spider from Mars.
We should have went with the Spider anyways, because that was my second choice.
Well, I was about to not press it, but time was up and we didn't get that one.
Wow.
Okay. The number one movie for 14 consecutive weeks in 1975. Which film was the first in Hollywood history to gross over $100 million? Star Wars, Jaws, The Godfather, or The Exorcist?
That's tough.
1975, how long ago was that?
Go with Jaws.
Well, that was 20 years ago. Their 20th anniversary is coming up. Oh, it was Jaws.
Why didn't you just press it? What were you doing?
Trying to figure out if that was 20 years ago, because I was going to say if that was 20 years ago, 1975, then I would be like, yeah, but if it wasn't, then I would be like, no, because I know that was 20 years ago, because their 20th anniversary is this year.
Well, we still get that one anyways.
Yeah, we get also the first. No, that was the other quiz. When we guessed the wrong one that was this right one. The most widely watched episode of television at the time in 1977, more than half of Americans' TVs were tuned in to the finale of what show? Okay. Dallas, MASH, Happy Days, or Roots?
MASH.
Roots. Stop saying your first answer.
No, Roots was my first answer.
Oh. Just choose whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just like feel it in your gut.
My gut.
It's not giving us enough time to really think about it.
Yeah.
Because why is it time? Genuinely.
It's for old people. Who know the answers.
Right. Okay. Released in 1972 as an arcade machine and 3 years later as a home console, which of these was Atari's first video game?
Oh.
Pac-Man, Pong, Space Invaders, or Asteroids? I think it was Pong.
Go with that, but I think it might be the one below that.
You think it was Asteroids? Oh, you think it was Space Invaders?
Maybe just pick one.
It was Pong.
Okay.
I just remember that that was another question on a quiz. Somehow. On another quiz. Because it was 3 years. I don't know how, but it was. Okay. Shortly after taking office, President Gerald Ford began a campaign to whip what? Idolatry, income inequality. What did I say? Inflation or illiteracy?
Inflation.
Not illiteracy, apparently. Yes?
That's what they all say.
I don't know how I read that so wrong. Okay. One of only 3 in history to earn the distinction, the soundtrack to which movie won the Album of the Year Grammy in February 1979. Flashdance, Rocky Horror Picture Show, or Saturday Night Fever?
Saturday Night Fever.
Yes. Slick.
Oh, I thought you were about to be like, Slay.
No, slick. The 1974 Rumble in the Jungle boxing match saw Muhammad Ali defeat what opponent? Sonny Liston, Joe Frazier, George Foreman, or Leon Spinks.
Joe Frazier?
No, George Foreman.
Whatever. It was, what's his face that I just said?
The quiz is wrong.
Yeah, literally.
You were there.
Yeah. I am him.
You're Joe Frazier?
Yeah, is that the one I said?
Yeah.
But yeah.
You were literally there.
Yeah.
Wow. Easing long lines at service stations during oil shortages in 1973 and 1979, many places employed gasoline rationing using what system? Odd or even license plate number, color of the car, zodiac sign of the driver, or right or left-handedness of the driver.
Right or left-handedness?
Okay, I'm going to say odd or even, but I'm going to click right or left.
What's odd or even?
Dang, it was odd or even license plate number.
Oh.
That's what I was going to say, but that's
I
great.
did not know. I thought that was like some term. I heard odd or even.
Oh, I apologize.
Like the animal. And so I was
Right.
like, I don't even know what that means. I'm not going to go with
Odd or I apologize. Okay. Okay. In 1971, Americans were allowed into China for the first time since it became communist, so they could play what sport? Soccer, volleyball, basketball, or table tennis?
that. Table tennis.
That feels so like anticlimactic. Like table
Yeah.
tennis? That is correct though. Which of these cities was invaded by North Vietnamese forces in 1975, ending the Vietnam War? Saigon, Da Nang, Phnom Penh, or Hanoi? I don't know how to say any of those things.
The
that I just
first one.
Yes. Wow. These are all words that I don't know.
I've heard of Saigon, so that's why I went with it.
Okay. When he was arrested in 1977, which of these serial killers claimed to be under the influence of a demon dwelling in a neighbor's dog? Ted Bundy, Charles Manson, David Berkowitz, or John Wayne Gacy?
Charles Manson.
No.
What?
David Berkowitz.
Who the heck is that?
I don't know.
Wrong.
You were there.
I was the dog.
You were the dog. Better than being the serial killer, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that was it. We got 8 points out of 20.
Wow.
Actually, we got 9 because there was one that we got right, but we just ran out of time
Yeah.
to click it.
Yeah.
And also 11 because you were there both times and the quiz was wrong.
So.
11 points out of 20.
We actually ate it up.
Yeah, we did. We ate that up.
Yeah, literally.
What's in that box?
Boom.
Okay, would you like to go first?
Sure.
This is a segment where we put something in a little box and then we have to shake it around and guess what it is. Okay, my eyes are closed and he's going to put something in the box.
Okay.
Okay.
Careful not to open it.
Right. Okay, whatever this is probably cloth. Because there is, like, barely any noise or ruckus. I don't know. Kind of sounds like maybe flipping of something. So, like, maybe it's like a book.
Mm.
But a soft book.
Mm.
And the pages are flipping. What the heck? I'm notoriously bad at this game, so I don't even think I guessed a single thing last time. I'm gonna guess maybe it's like one of those coasters in your living room. But that might make a little harder of an impact because I think that might be a little bit heavier than whatever's in here. if it's a cloth something, then it's a heavy cloth. But if it's like a book, then it's light. Like really light book.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck? This is so hard. Okay, I'm just gonna go with all three of those guesses.
You have to choose one.
I have to choose one.
Mm-hmm. And it can't just be a cloth or a book.
I think it's one of the coasters.
Okay.
Ah, it's a cloth! It literally is a cloth.
It's
a glass
Yeah.
glasses cleanser cloth. I thought by the way you said it can't just be a cloth made me think that it was a cloth. And then cuz then you said or a book like after hesitating, so I was like
Yeah.
probably a cloth, but I was already set on the coaster because I couldn't think of a specific cloth for it to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cloth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Close your eyeballs. Okay.
Something small. It could be so many things because there's like 500,000 million toys in the living room.
Try to determine the shape of the thing.
The shape is too. It's not a smooth shape. It's like a. There's like. It's giving limbs. It's not smoothly going anywhere.
You can kind of guess how, like, what size it is from doing that.
Well, it's longer and then like skinnier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say it's like a little figurine.
Okay.
Oh. It's a fork.
A little plastic fork.
Yeah, a little plastic baby fork.
It kind of does have limbs, a little. Forks.
Yeah.
Don't put that back in there. We have another thing. Why are you doing that?
Because you told me not to.
Oh, I see. Actually, I don't see
Whoa.
because my eyes are closed. I'm nervous.
Here.
Okay. This sounds exactly like the cloth. But like a little harder. I'm so stupid. I was about to be like, do you know what it is?
Oh my gosh.
Maybe this is a little book. It's actually just everything I listed is like one right after the other. Also soft, but like heavier than the cloth.
Mm.
With like harder elements to it, but like it feels like it's whatever it is might be smooth. Is it like a little pocket Bible? I think there's something like shaking on it. There's something that's like hard that's like a small element of it.
Mm.
Like a spiral notebook would have like a spiral, but like the rest of it is soft.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. That's just gonna be my guess. A little spiral notebook.
Okay.
I don't think it's that, but I really just can't think of anything else. Oh, weird. It's a rope. That's so weird. I guess. Yeah, it was just sloshing in there. I don't think I ever would have guessed that. Okay. Close them up. Here you go.
This sounds like it has a hollowness to it. It's like rolling. It's not just. There's like multiple pieces. But it's all attached. It's not like. But at the same time, it's like long, I think. Because it keeps getting stuck every now and then. And this is a big box. And just doing that, like, the, like, mechanical pieces that it's attached to is, like, moving. Because, like, it's not moving. But it is moving. I'm gonna guess. Like, I think it's a toy, but because I can't think of, like, a specific toy, I'm gonna say it's, like, a plastic, like, keychain thing.
Forgot which one it was.
Oh.
Thought it was like a dog.
It's a Littlest Pet Shop.
A lizard.
But the head is what? The mechanical movement.
Yes.
was
You were
here.
doing pretty good. You noticed that it was like hollow and small.
Mm-hmm.
Did have lots of things to catch. He just smashed his finger in the box.
Freak.
Did you do it again?
Hurt even more. Here.
Okay. Okay. This thing feels small. Smaller than the rope and the cloth. Am I gonna break it by doing that?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so. So it's probably not something solid. Or you're trying to throw me off. Okay. I'm kind of thinking something flat like a coin. I don't think it sounds like a coin. I think it sounds maybe plasticky. Or wooden? I'm thinking about like this big. I don't know. Probably a little bit bigger than that, actually. Is it one of those, like, outlet covers? Like, maybe about the size of, like, a charging block for, like, a phone charger. But not heavy like that.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I think that would be heavier. I'm trying to think of, like, the things you have. Maybe a magnet from the fridge? Lighter than that. This thing is, like, light in here. Okay, I'm just gonna open it.
Okay. What's your guess?
All those things.
No.
Fridge magnet.
'Kay.
That's like my least solid guess.
Then why did you go with
I don't know. Maybe it's also a toy. That'd be a small toy. Maybe it's like one of those like fake nail polishes.
Mm.
Okay. Locked in.
Okay.
Oh, it's a teeny tiny book.
Just like you wanted to guess with both of those.
Oh. Great. This is the smallest book I ever did see.
Be careful.
Oh, man. Sherlock Holmes, The Complete Novels and Stories, Volume 1. But it's literally the size that I said it was.
Mhm.
This is crazy. Wow. It's cute.
Yeah.
Okay, last thing.
It's from my miniature set.
Okay. Here you go.
Soft. Nice change.
I know it was like you gave me soft, hard, and I gave you hard, soft.
Yeah. This is like multiple things or like bouncy things or like they're moving at different times. It's giving me ball shape. They're moving very rolly like.
It's giving me ball shape.
If they're apart, they're also still like somewhat attached. And there's only two. Now it's stuck.
I want to be a little bit gentle.
Is this food? Okay, I think it's food. I think.
No, don't cheat! I tried to smell it.
Why does it sound like that? Okay, I'm gonna go with. But why are they separated? I'm just gonna go with 2 cherry tomatoes.
That's crazy. How did you go straight to food whenever I said be a little bit gentle and you said it's food?
Because it was like soft and rolly, and I was like, oh, there could be like ball foods.
I just didn't want it to burst and then stain the box,
Mhm.
is all. Obviously, I don't care if the tomato breaks.
That hint was all I needed.
Dang it. This is almost going to be good.
Well,
I didn't guess any.
Yeah, so technically I won.
Okay, well, to be fair, I did guess the first one. I just didn't have it as my final guess. All right. Now, when you think of 70s, you usually think of hippies, free thinking, protests, and cults.
Mm-hmm. Always.
So, I decided to do my 70s research on a cult. I tried to find one that hopefully you knew nothing about, but if you do, just pretend like you don't.
Mm.
Now, this is not a obscure one. Like, it's pretty well known. It's called Heaven's Gate.
Okay, I think I have heard.
Okay. So, it was started in 1974
Okay.
and ended in 1997.
Wow.
So they were waiting for. Actually, I don't think I even want to say that part yet. I want to wait. I want to say that. So, what do you know about this?
I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
I
Oh,
just
great.
will remember things probably.
Okay. Great. So it was mostly derived from like Christian beliefs, but as as a lot of branch religions are. So the leaders were called the Two, or T and Do.
Okay, that's creepy.
So they were musical theater nerds.
That's crazy.
Yes, and they got their names from the song from The Sound of Music, Do Re Mi. So they're Do and T. I think they just chose ones that they liked. No, it's T and Do. Yeah, T and Do, but I don't know why I wrote it the other way. So they met because Do was at the hospital.
Okay.
He like was rehearsing for an opera, and then he like had a panic attack, I think, if I remember correctly, because I didn't write it down. And so he had to go to the hospital, and his nurse was T.
Oh.
So they didn't previously know each other. Okay. But she basically convinced him to start the group with her.
I see.
And they saw each other as spiritual partners. So like they met each other, and she convinced him that they were like connected on another level, and they need to do something with that. Now in this moment, she wasn't like, let's start a religion. She was just like, we're just so connected and we need to be together.
Yeah.
And so he was like, yes. And they lived together and stuff. They weren't like romantic with each other. He was gay.
Oh, wow.
And she was married and had a daughter. And so she just like felt this connection with him, and he like moved in with her.
That's strange.
Yes. Very much. So, T was always interested in like spirituality and stuff like that. So, of course, she was gonna like say something about like their connection. She liked doing seances and like having crystals and stuff. And she also liked outer space, UFOs. And so there was one night when her and her daughter were outside just like talking and hanging out, and they saw a light in the sky, and they were like, what if that was just like a UFO to come pick us up? Right. And they were just joking with each other, being like, haha, I wish.
Yeah.
Because I hate it here.
Right.
You know, like we do, wishing for the apocalypse and stuff. And so that was it. But then T and her husband got divorced. I don't know why. It might have been because Do was living there, and like her husband didn't like that, but I really am not sure. And so T was like, okay, I need to take a break and figure out what to do next. And so her and Do like went on a mini vacation. Well, not really mini. They like journeyed and like traveled and just like did stuff. Just like out. Just
around
doing
like
stuff.
the country, or
it wasn't specific.
Oh.
And while they were out, they like had like a vision that they were prophets, and they were from space who were sent down to Earth to tell everybody about heaven and get them on a spaceship and bring them up to heaven, because that's in space.
Oh.
Right, because heaven is in space. And they also believed that that if you had a powerful enough telescope, that you could see heaven through space, because that's where it is, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
So, so they believed that you had to shed your humanness to go into heaven, which is kind of what Christians believe, but not in the same way, because like you have to like be as least sinful and stuff. But for them, it was literally like being a human, like earthly attachments, like literally just existing was not how you had to get rid of everything.
Yeah.
in order to board the UFO
Hmm.
and go to heaven. And they also believed that you had to get there while you were alive.
Mm.
Like, if you did the right things, you would become like a next level human
Mm-hmm.
and like turn into an alien of sorts
Interesting.
and like shed your skin and like your inner self would come out. I think I wrote this later, but they referred to their bodies as vehicles
Okay.
because they were not human. They were just
Mhm.
using the vehicle at the moment.
I see.
And they believed that everybody was like that.
Oh.
Like, everyone on Earth.
Hmm.
But you just have to get out of your vehicle so that you can board the spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
So they put out flyers,
Mm-hmm.
and people were like, yeah, they're just going to the meetings and stuff, and I guess liked what they had to say because they got some followers. There was not really an authority system.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't see anyone as like leaders. Like T and Doe, I'm gonna refer to them as leaders, but they weren't like seen as like authority.
Interesting.
So basically everybody was like leading each other. The leaders would like tell them to do things, but not how. Like they would like give them like I guess advice of like how to shed your humanness, but they wouldn't really say what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And in the documentary I watched, one of the examples that one of the guys said was they were told to like tune their minds to like the A note. And so they got a tuning fork, like went ding, and then they put it like on their foreheads and just kind of like thought really hard about it.
Interesting.
Because they weren't like told how
How
to do it. They were just like told to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Small groups of people would go to campsites and wait for further instructions on how to reach enlightenment, but they wouldn't get any further instructions. Like they were just hoping to go out there and then just like kind of know what to do.
I see.
But they would just like look up every night, like looking for UFOs, seeing if tonight is the night. Every night. Wow. Like that just sounds so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Like so sad. You're just waiting for something that is not ever going to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not good.
Oh, so many people in cults I feel like just have so much hope.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just sad that they're wasting their hope on that.
Yes, I agree. And I actually have a whole thing at the end talking about that. Okay. So the followers were told that they had to cut ties with anyone outside. If they wanted to be enlightened, they would need to free themselves of all earthly things. Yeah, I already said that. So they couldn't even talk to their family members anymore. They had quit their jobs. Like they were asking churches for donations and receiving donations.
Right.
I don't really know how, because I know that I feel like a church wouldn't really donate to another religion. Because that kind of goes against what they believe. But unless they were asking for donations from churches as homeless people, because they all camped together. Other than that rule, there wasn't like guideline, like there wasn't like a book to live by, like rules to follow. It was just free thinking, and there wasn't really, it was just basically meditate and try to separate yourself from the world. Like that was all that the rules kind of extended to at this point.
Oh, okay. I was like, where's the cult part happening?
Because that kind of sounds nice, right?
That just sounds like a way of living.
Yeah. Which is probably why most people joined in the first place. Because it was like, yeah, that sounds nice. We're just going to like be camping together and
looking
like
at the stars every night.
Yeah.
And like just being free.
Yeah. Like, it really... Because when I was, like, watching this documentary, I was like, wait, that doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah.
But just wait.
Okay.
Okay, so there were 2 people that joined
Mm-hmm.
with intention of being, like, spies on the inside.
Oh, okay.
Because there wasn't any media surrounding it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody was like, oh, there's a cult and stay away from them. These 2 people were just like, let's see what it is, but just to see, like, strictly just to see what it is.
Yeah.
And they did do that.
Mm-hmm.
They went in, they didn't get, like, brainwashed or anything, which at this point there wasn't really any brainwashing to
Yeah.
do. But, when, like, it was Christmas time, they went back. They were able to go back to their families. They were like, okay, bye.
Mm.
Because at this point, they weren't, like, keeping you
Mm-hmm.
in. And actually, they never really did. If you wanted to leave, they were like, okay, leave.
Mm-hmm.
But most people didn't want to leave.
I see.
So those 2 guys who went in and infiltrated, basically they just told people about it, and then news articles started coming out about it.
Mm-hmm.
Not that there was anything bad going on, but, like, these people are crazy. They think a UFO is going to come take them to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so there was a lot of people, like, making fun of them and stuff, and
Yeah.
they lost, like, 50% of their followers.
Wow.
And I think there's not really, I couldn't really find anything that gave me an exact number, but it was, like, around 200 people at their most.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, they have, like, 100-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because, oh, I forgot to mention, in the T and Do, when they had their vision, they said that they were going to die and come back to life, and that's when the UFO was going to come.
Oh.
So,
Just them 2 or everyone?
just T and Do were going to die and come back to life, and then everyone was going to come pick them up.
I see.
And so, because the media was talking about, like, oh, this religious group is bad, it's a cult, stay out of it, T and Do said that was, they were like, oh, that's the death we were talking about. It's a metaphorical death.
I see.
Okay? And so that meant that it was getting closer to time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what? Yeah. Okay. But now they were getting a lot more structure. It was framed as more of a school now. Their meetings were called classes.
Mm-hmm.
They now had a book, and they now had rules.
Mm.
And it was a lot more closely controlled. The leaders would pair everyone up with somebody that they didn't really like very much, I guess. Like, the
Okay.
pairs were not like people who were friends. It was
Mm.
just like people who were opposites of each other.
I see.
And they were meant to keep each other in check, making sure that they followed the rules, I guess. And at this point, everyone who was still in the group wanted to be there, because there was already talking about it being a cult and it being bad, so all the people who were skeptical left.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's just the people who really believe it.
Yeah.
And so now it was like just like an echo chamber of, this is real, this is, we're following every instruction to a T, and, you know.
Yeah.
So everyone was given different names. And so it was 3 letters that was, like, derived from your original name.
Mm-hmm.
Unless someone else already had that name, and I think they just made it up however they wanted. But it was 3 letters, and then O-D-Y on the end. So, like, I would be N-O-D. And you would be, like, Air-No-D, or, like, Arnody or like something like that, or something else if someone else is already that name. Then maybe you'd be like named after you being tall or noodle teen or something like that. But it was ODY. So like now they were given names that were all the same.
Interesting.
And ODY was like their last name. So they were one big family.
Mm.
But like it was their last name, but it was still part of their first name.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like after you reach the next level, the Y will come off of your name. But that never actually happened.
Right.
Nobody ever reached that. Because I think it was like everyone reaches the next level together. There's only one UFO. And if you're on it, you're on it. And if you're not, you're not.
Mm.
So, but along with the names, everyone started dressing the same. And they cut their hair the same.
Mm.
Like, the men and the women the same.
Oh.
Like, it was very, like, androgynous.
Hmm.
You couldn't wear makeup. You couldn't have facial hair. Anything that attached you to your former self was going away.
Interesting.
Because that was your humanness.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were really trying, were trying to appear as genderless as possible because that was human.
Yeah.
Like this one guy even said that he, in one of the meetings or one of the classes, he like spoke up and it was early morning and his voice was like particularly deep that day. And Doe mimicked his low voice in sort of a mocking way. And that made that guy so self-conscious because he didn't want his voice to be deep because that was manly.
Mm-hmm.
And he couldn't do that if he wanted to get. And so that gave him like a speech impediment to this day.
Wow.
Because he was scared to speak.
Hmm.
Because he wanted to reach. I don't know how he got out. Because he didn't.
Oh.
Okay. So. Yeah, everyone was basically turned into a blank slate.
Mm-hmm.
Robots.
Yeah.
They were told how to think. And, like, it was actually crazy, the footage. Because they would take videos of each other.
I want to
just
see
in there.
so bad.
The footage, they're, like, sitting at the table eating spaghetti. It's, like, copy-paste. Like, they're, like, in sync eating their spaghetti. I don't think they're doing it on purpose. I think it's just, like, a learned, we are doing this together. We are trying to be the same boring robot.
Yeah.
They all had a spoon in one hand, fork in one, in the other, and they were twisting the spaghetti like into the spoon and then like picking it up. Every single one of them were doing that.
That's so weird.
Yes, it was. Because like it was strange. So they didn't live anywhere in particular until 1978 when they started renting mansions for everyone to live in.
Interesting.
So there was this one member who, like, his dad was rich, and so he was just like using all his. I think his dad like died, and so he like inherited a lot of money, and so he was like, okay, we can use this money, because what else is he gonna use it for?
Yeah.
So they started renting mansions, but before that, they were just like moving from campground to campground, trying to run away from ex-members and current members' family who were trying to find them.
I see.
But they were like, I can't be attached to you. I don't want to be attached to you. We need to keep moving. And like the ex-members, I don't think anyone was actually following them. I think they were paranoid.
Oh, okay.
That people were. Because obviously the ex-members didn't care.
Right.
Okay, so in 1985, so we're out of the 70s now, but it started there, so who cares? T got cancer in her eye and her liver, and she passed away.
Whoa.
And so Doe considered stopping classes, like being done.
Yeah.
Because T was gone. But instead, he allowed his members to like have a vacation basically. So they went home
Oh wow.
to their families for like a few weeks.
Vacation from religion.
Yeah, literally. And like the testimonies of the testimony, is that right? Of the family members were talking about how it was so weird because they were so different.
Yeah.
Some in good ways and some not good, you know? Like good as in like the mom noticed that her son was like helping out around the house and he was like, happy to be there, and so like he was like being super helpful, which that is good.
Yeah.
Because I guess he wasn't previously.
Mm.
But, like, the circumstances of how he got there is not good. And then, after their vacation, all but one person went back.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm.
Like, you would think that a few people would be like, wow, this is what life should be like. And then go back. But just one person did that.
That's so strange.
Yeah. So, T dying went against everything that they thought.
Yeah.
Because if she was a next level individual, she shouldn't have been able to die. And that would mean that their leader, I mean, I don't think she called herself a leader, but they viewed her like that. Because, I mean, at this point, actually, their leader, who was supposed to guide them into heaven, is no longer alive.
Yeah.
So, and because she couldn't physically walk onto the UFO, then that means that she would not be in heaven. And so that made them have to redefine everything they know.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting because in the documentary, it said that that's literally what Christians did when Jesus died. Because Messiah means like king, like I guess the word Messiah means that he shouldn't have been able to die. I guess. But because he did, and that was like the plan all along, then the meaning of the word changed.
Interesting. Never heard of that.
I never heard of that either. So maybe that's not true, but he was using that as an example to explain this. So that's also why it still kind of made sense to them, because if Christians could do it, then so could they. And they actually did believe in most Christian beliefs anyway. So they were like, duh.
Yeah.
So the members were told that it only looked like she had cancer, but it was actually her next level like consciousness burning up her human body. So now they see it as a spiritual transformation instead of a physical one, because they literally believed that they would look like aliens by the end of this. But now they believe that it's just an inside thing. And now you can die and go to heaven. But you still have to die and you still have to get on the spaceship, though.
Right.
But, like, your spirit, I guess. So now, like, everything is different. And Doe believes that T is still guiding him from space. And after T's death, Doe, like, figured out that T was God the Father and Doe was Jesus returned to Earth.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did he find that out?
I don't know. Oh no, he found it out.
That's a big revelation for him.
Yeah. And also, I wrote this at the end, but I'm just going to say it now. I genuinely believe that Doe believed in this. I do not believe that T did.
Yeah, she was kind of like the mastermind,
Hmm. But
manipulating
Doe was
everything.
like a co-leader, but he himself,
Genuinely believed it all.
yeah, I think he was brainwashed as well. Because
Yeah.
I don't think he's like, oh yes, she is God and I am Jesus. I think he's
Mhm.
literally like, that is true.
Yeah.
But so with basically the head leader gone, Doe started to move into a more biblical direction, I
Mm.
guess, because he was Jesus now.
Right.
Because he wasn't receiving guidance
Mhm.
from T, and it was all up to him now. So he literally, now things started going a little bit bonkers
Mm.
because it wasn't carefully calculated. Now it was just like whatever he was feeling,
Mm.
because that's what he believed was happening the whole time, was just
Right.
whatever he was feeling.
Hmm.
But it was actually just T telling him
Yeah.
what was feeling. So now it's just up to him. So Doe had the bright idea. He was like, I'm gonna marry everybody. All of them. All 99
Wow.
people. I don't actually know if it was 99.
Oh,
but
okay.
everyone who was still in there. He
Mhm.
married all of them. They all got rings.
Legally?
I don't know. They all got rings and they all had like a ceremony.
Okay.
I don't know if they all married each other or if they just all married him.
Right.
That wasn't clear actually. But now, instead of just having a loyalty to the religion, they now have a loyalty to him because they're married.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's my husband. I care about him now.
Mhm.
I can't leave.
Mm.
I don't think he did that on purpose, but it happened. So he was the only leader now, but he wasn't the only one in control because some of the members influenced him.
Okay.
I think he had like a council.
Mhm.
So Doe had developed a crush on one of his council members.
Mhm.
His name was Dick. That's
Oh
really
my
funny
gosh.
to me.
Doe and Dick.
It's
What
really
a
funny
power
to
couple.
me because a gay man named Dick is really funny.
Yeah.
And a gay man being attracted to someone named Dick is just hilarious. Okay, but he was like, but sex wasn't allowed.
Oh.
They were all like celibate. They were like nuns and monks, basically.
Wow.
So, at least that's how they described in the documentary. They said they were like nuns and monks. I didn't come up with that.
That's very different because most cults are like
Sex cults?
yeah,
Yeah, they weren't allowed to
They
do
just
that.
literally lead by sex.
Yeah. They weren't allowed to even think about that. Like,
wow.
that was not on their radar.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because of that, one of the members convinced him to get castrated. You know what that means?
I think.
You cut your balls off?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and he was like, that's a really good idea. And so him and I think 3 other members decided to do that. Like 3 other members was like, I'll do that with you. Because I am so devoted to being a next level human. I'm never going to need that anymore, you know? And so they were like, let's do it. But Doe wasn't like Doe did not say that anybody had to. He was just like, because he went out and he was like, hey guys, I'm going to do this. If you want to, you can join me.
Hey everyone, I'm going to cut my balls off if you want to do it too. I'll be doing it tomorrow morning.
Yeah. And so they didn't have any contact with the outside world. So they were doing it themselves.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Yep. So they were literally the first guy. So like they flipped a coin on who got to go first because they were so excited.
Right.
Because this was going to help them reach next level a little bit quicker. So the first guy got up on the table, and I guess everybody was helping. I don't know. But, like, they did it, I guess, because his balls were off, because they said that they threw them in the river.
What?
They threw them in the river, but there was, like, complications, I guess. like right away. Like I guess I don't know if he started like bleeding out or like was in like so much pain or probably, but I don't know. But Doe immediately felt horrible. He was like, this was a bad idea. We shouldn't have done this. Take me into the police.
Whoa.
Yeah, he was like, take me to the police. Like, this is bad that I convinced him to do this.
Interesting.
But the 2 other members that were with him said, no. We're going to handle this. And so they couldn't call a doctor because they didn't know if it was like illegal or something, what they were doing or something. And so they called a priest instead.
Right.
I have no idea why. Genuinely have no idea why.
A priest doesn't even go with their religion.
I know. I genuinely have no idea why they called a priest.
That's interesting.
But the guy was fine, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
He just lived.
Yeah, he lived because then I saw what he looked like. Not in that moment, but I saw what he looked like after.
Did you see it? Oh.
No, they didn't record that. They thought it was illegal. So they were like, we're not doing this anymore. So that one, one guy.
That poor guy. Oh my gosh. That's terrible.
It is. It really is.
That's so sad for him.
But he wanted it.
Now he's just walking around with no balls.
He wanted that.
I guess. Does he still? Is he happy that happened?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Is he walking around with no balls?
I couldn't tell you. Hold on. Okay. So, also, this is kind of like a side note. They weren't allowed to watch too many things, but one thing that they were allowed to watch was Star Trek.
Oh.
Because
it's alien stuff.
The Borg was a good representation of what they were trying to achieve. Which I guess the Borg was like a hive mind thing. I don't freaking know. But literally, they thought that so much that in meetings that they had with, like, trying to recruit new people, they would say that. They would say, think of the Borg from Star Trek. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So...
They're just little geeks.
Yeah, really. Also, the haircut that they all had...
So ugly. Of course it was. Of course it was.
It was... Okay, this is going to make me sad a little bit. It was similar to mine, but more bad.
Oh.
More bowl cutty than mine, but similar.
Okay.
And flat like that.
Ew.
And the ones that wore glasses, they all had the same glasses, and they were just like circles with like the strap, I guess, so it doesn't fall off. And they all wore like button-up shirts tucked into pants. Like it wasn't like a uniform, but that was like what they all wore. And you genuinely couldn't really tell them apart. And all their names were like Sorioti.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, so because it was more of like a school, it graduating was like ascending. Like going into the UFO was graduating. So if I say that, that's what that means.
Okay.
In 1993, they thought the end was near. So they started trying to recruit more people. And that didn't really work very well. They had a TV show where they like interviewed each other talking about it and stuff. And they had so they could also like it's not upload, it's like air. I was trying to think. They would air like their classes.
Yeah.
They got like a few new members, but not very many. Like not really notable.
Yeah.
Because people had already seen that they were like
Crazy.
a cult like 10 years ago. They were like, I'm not joining that. So on the news, there was another cult that had provoked the government to seem dangerous so that they would be attacked. I don't remember which cult it was or why they wanted that. But Doe was like, that's kind of a good idea. And he asked his members, he was like, what if we did that? And they were like, that does not sound fun.
Yeah.
Because they were like, what if we did that and then we could all graduate? And they were like,
how would that lead to graduating?
Like if they
died?
Were raided, and because the one on the news was getting like shot at. Like it was like a raid. Like it was like a standoff. I guess.
I think that's Waco.
Yes, it was that.
Yeah.
And so they were like, what if we did that? So that they could like
Waco was crazy, but
so they could like die.
Yeah.
But they were like, that does not sound like a very fun way to do that.
Yeah.
Also, they hadn't ever considered bringing upon the graduation themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, this is a completely new idea to all of them. They just assumed it was going to happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but they were like, that is a good, but Doe was like, that is a good idea though. And so he was like, what if we just poisoned ourselves? And most everybody was like, yeah.
Right.
But they weren't doing it anytime soon, basically.
Oh.
Because this was in 93. And there was still a while left. So they were like, what if we did that? Just an idea. What if?
Mm-hmm.
Would you be open to that? And almost every single member was like, mm-hmm. Only 5 people disagreed. And they left.
Yeah, I would do.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully you didn't last that long.
Yeah, I would have not been there.
So there was literally only 5 people left after that. Everybody else was fully on board.
Oh, what? How many people were left?
No, there was people left. Only 5 people left the group.
Yeah. I thought you said there were only 5 people left.
No. There was 39 people left, I think. So everybody else was excited to graduate. So of course they were like, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why wouldn't I agree with something that you're saying now at this point?
Yeah.
So they made their decision, but they didn't know when it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
In 1997, there was a comet passing by Earth.
Mm.
It was very big. It was like everybody was talking about it. And a lot of people thought that the end of the world was happening.
Classic.
Mm-hmm. They thought that it was hurling straight towards Earth, and they thought everybody was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of religions were saying this is like the rapture, like this is the end. That didn't happen, but these people were thinking the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They believed that there was a spaceship following the comet.
Right.
So you could see the comet, but behind it was a spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
And they went out and bought a really, really big, really expensive telescope so they could see, but they couldn't see anything. And so they took the telescope back to the store and said the telescope was broken.
Right. Wow, they are really believe in this hardcore.
Mm-hmm. Also, people, I don't know, this probably wasn't true, because how could it? But people thought that the comet was 3 times bigger than Earth. And so right? Like, how would that happen? Because at that point, it would run into us.
Yeah.
But it didn't ever hit us.
Right.
But so after a while, the members started to believe that instead of there being a spaceship behind it, maybe that just is the spaceship. especially since they believed that they were really big spaceships. So, like, 3 times the size of Earth. It's got to be able to fit everybody, right? Like, come take us. And the comet was going to be closest to Earth in March, only a few days away from Easter that year. So they were like, that literally lines up with like the resurrection and stuff. So this is our resurrection. And they were like, this is perfect. So they started making videotapes of themselves, like explaining what they were going to do. Like that they were going to go on the spaceship and like to give it to their families, I guess.
Okay.
Which I don't know. Well, I guess at this point they knew that it wasn't going to hit Earth because they had to wait for it to be the closest. Because I was just about to say, I don't know how they thought their family was gonna watch these after. Oh, well, they recorded them before and sent them before March, like the day. So their family members knew that this was going to happen, and they couldn't do anything about it. They didn't know where they were. They hadn't talked to them in years, and all of a sudden they get a tape of them looking completely different and saying that they're going to graduate and board a spaceship. Like, imagine how saddening that would be. These were parents. There were kids. Like, there was this literally so sad story. There was this girl who both of her parents went and joined the cult, and she didn't. And so she was literally, I think she was probably like a older teenager, and so she just like, her parents were there.
That's terrible.
And she wasn't. She was like at home just being, and she received this tape of them saying they were leaving, and she's like, this is horrible. So, yeah. They also sent it to ex-members as well. Probably being like,
they were obsessed with their ex-members.
Yeah, they were like, see what you're missing out on.
Yeah.
One specific ex-member received a letter in the mail telling him to go to their mansion with like the address and everything, and to bring his camera, and he would see them there. So on March 23rd, 1997, he went to the house and he saw all 39 people dead on beds with sheets covering their heads. And he recorded it because that's what he was told to do, to bring his camera. So I watched it. There's recordings of him walking through the house, and you can just see everybody is on a bed. Some are just mattresses in the living room, but everyone had a mattress, and everyone was dressed super nicely, laying like straight with a sheet over their head, and in their pockets they had $5.25, because I guess there was a like Tom Sawyer story that was the price to board a comet. So they had their ticket money to board this comet in their pockets.
So sad.
Yes.
That sounds like a bunch. That sounds like just like this cult specifically sounds like a bunch of little kids playing pretend.
Yeah, actually,
and it
because
went
it's
too
just
far.
like, it literally was not little kids, but it literally was Doe playing pretend because he didn't know that he was making it up. He thought he was receiving visions.
Had some mental problems, I'm sure.
Yes.
And everyone else too, actually, because of how would they believe? I don't understand, but
okay. So everybody had the sheets over the head, except for 2 people. Didn't have sheets over their head. They had plastic bags. So when the autopsy came back on everybody, they found out that this is why. It's because everyone basically took turns not everyone, but they went in groups.
I see.
And they also we know exactly when they drank it because they all like signed out.
Interesting.
Like they signed their name, of course their new name, not their
Right.
original name, with a time, and the return time just said never. Like everybody was like playing around being like, never gonna see me again, you know, stuff like that, go into heaven, all that. So basically they were in groups, and the first group they took pills mixed with applesauce and washed it down with vodka. And then this is gonna get, I forgot to give a trigger warning at the beginning of this because I just forgot at the beginning. And then they put a plastic bag over their head and like tightened it so they would not breathe anymore. All those things. So after the first group was complete, then everybody else would take the bags off, make them look all neat, and lay the sheets over their head. Next group's turn. They do it. And then the remaining people. And so when it got down to 2 people, nobody could make them look all nice.
Yeah.
So it was just that. Yeah. Also, Doe was in the second group of people that left.
Interesting.
So I think that it was, like, there's, obviously we literally don't know why, but I think that it was because he wanted to help the first group and then was like, okay, but I'm the leader, so I'm going to go next, kind of thing. But maybe he was just like, let's do the first group and see if it works or something, and then I'll go.
See what it's like. And then...
I really am trying to think the best of Doe, but probably I shouldn't be.
Well, yeah, probably not.
But the way the people talked about him, even the people, like the family members of the members, were talking about him as if he was also in the cult and not running it. And so I'm just like, I don't believe that there was ill intent in him. Obviously he still did bad things. I'm not trying to excuse him of that and saying like, oh, well, if he was still alive then he shouldn't get any punishment. Like, that's not what I'm saying.
He just needs help.
Yeah, like anyway, so after that, this is so sad, but like basically everybody started making jokes about them, calling them like stupid, thinking they were stupid, and like literally there in the documentary there was 2 clips from like TV shows that were parodying them. Like, isn't that insane?
That's like evil.
I think the jokes they were making would have been fine if they didn't all die.
Yeah.
Or try to, you know? Because the jokes they were making would have been like in light-hearted fun, but because they died from it, I just don't think it is justified.
Yeah,
in any sense.
It's really rough to make jokes about events where people died tragically.
Yeah.
And like that happens a lot.
Especially when the butt of the joke is the victim.
Yeah.
Because this one specific, I have no idea what show it's from, but it was like a talk show, and they were like interviewing the people while they were on the spaceship. So it was like this one guy was pretending to be Doe and everybody else was pretending to be all the other people. And they were like on the spaceship, and they were like I think that could have been funny if it was a long time before.
Yeah.
Because it's like what they think is going to happen, but they're all still alive to also laugh along to the jokes. Like, oh yeah, that does sound ridiculous, but you know, laughing with you kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they can't laugh with you. And also that's just I just think that's
It's
so
like
disrespectful.
basically making fun of them for dying.
Yeah. Which the people who join cults are not stupid people.
Mm-hmm.
They are people who, like every religion, are trying to find like a purpose in
Yeah.
life. And when people join cults, they are met with lots of like warm welcomes
Mm-hmm.
and answers to questions they've been asking their whole lives.
Yeah. The
So
people who lead cults are so confident and literally probably some of the smartest, like intelligent people on earth because they're so manipulative
mm-hmm.
and they know how the human brain can work.
Yes.
And that's how cults just are so easily believable
Mm-hmm.
for people.
And it feels safe
Mm-hmm.
to them. And so, and once you've reached a certain point, you're not going to want to believe anything else, anything anyone else says, because you have a belief system.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like converting someone. People don't usually convert out of religions, they're just religionless and go into a religion,
Mm-hmm.
usually.
Yeah.
Because if you actually believe it, you're not going to want to listen to people saying it's not true.
Yeah.
And so it's just, it's not their fault that they were brainwashed. And you cannot just make fun of someone for being in a cult, even if they're all alive still.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't blame the people in it.
Yeah.
You can only blame the people who
No,
convinced
it's
them.
not real.
Yeah. Because at that point, it's literally not, there's nothing they could do about it. It's not their fault.
Because then you can just as easily make fun of a real religion.
Yeah.
And there should be no problem.
Yes. Especially since the actual definition is like kind of loose.
Mm-hmm.
Because from my understanding, a cult isn't like a real thing.
Mm.
Because honestly, this cult could have been true. This could have been a real religion. Maybe they're all in heaven on that spaceship.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't know, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't believe it was true.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean... There's plenty of religions I don't believe are true. But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean I'm right. So it's like... It's... Yes, it may seem crazy to us, but we're just not in that environment.
Mm-hmm. We weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
We
And-
don't know what was truly said.
The classic tactic of, like, you can't talk to anyone outside of this religion, like, that is a big one, because then that means that if you have a question, you go to somebody who is going to
Believes.
believe that and give you an answer in that religion,
Yeah.
and not just someone who's going to give you an unbiased answer or
Mhm.
something. And so you're just going to get deeper and deeper and deeper. Like, it's
Yeah.
just inescapable. Also, a reason why I think that T knew what she was doing all along is because the whole time she was, like, the whole time she was writing letters to her daughter, which was a big no-no.
Yeah.
And she was telling her daughter to, like, go to college and, like, do, like, conform to society and stuff, which was the exact opposite of what they told the members.
Yeah, that's so weird.
So, which, to be fair, all the, like... Oh, wait, no, because the name changing and, like, the dressing alike, she was still alive for that, so... Because I was going to say that was all dough, but she did that, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, how could you believe one thing and tell your daughter something else?
Yeah.
So she either didn't believe it or she didn't care about her daughter.
Right.
Which... I think she did care about her daughter because she texted her. I mean, she sent her
That's
letters all the
embarrassing.
time. That's crazy. Why did that happen?
I don't know.
But you know what I thought was not the craziest part, but a crazy part? At the end of the documentary, so the whole time we were talking to one of the ex-members,
Mm-hmm.
it was revealed that he still believes it. Mm-hmm.
So why did he leave?
Because he was masturbating a lot, so he felt bad, and he needed to leave. He was one of the people who was gonna get castrated, and he was one of the people who didn't take Doe to jail.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. But literally this whole time I was like, wow, this guy, like, when did this guy leave? Because he was even, like, leading meetings and stuff. And I was like, how did this guy leave? Because he's, like, really into it. And he didn't really. Like, he still... And Doe was like, please stay. I want you to stay. Like, we need you kind of thing. Because he was, like, in a higher role there.
Mm-hmm.
But his name was Sawyer. Or Soriotti.
Wait, so Dick was Dickiotti?
There's not an old one.
Dickody?
Yeah, probably.
Dickody?
Or maybe something else. I don't know.
Diody?
Yeah. But
Doe and T were just Doe and T.
yeah. Right.
Okay.
Well, they were also like prophets, so they
right.
they were different. But yeah, he literally at the end he was like poking out a fire, and he was like, "I still believe it." He's like, "I still believe everything Doe taught me." And he looks up in the sky every night waiting for a UFO.
But it already came and took him.
Maybe there's gonna be another one.
That
I know.
is baffling. How?
Like, he's not even in the cult anymore, and he still believes it.
That just makes no sense.
It's been several years.
Like, I really don't want to be disrespectful, but, like, you have to be so... This is going to sound bad, but, like, messed up in your brain to believe stuff like that.
I mean, they tear you down so they can build you up how they want you to look and how they want you to be. So that was his life. Those people. Oh, I forgot to say, they couldn't even have relationships with each other. Like, they couldn't have relationships with outside people, but they weren't allowed to, like, date each other or, like, do anything in the... Like, they were purely just, like, co-workers.
I see.
Basically. My nose is so itchy. And my face is hot.
So, like, what was the reasoning or point of all of them getting married to Doe?
I don't know. That, like... Oh, yeah, that guy, he still wears his wedding ring because he was married to Doe. Yep.
He's probably so lonely because everyone thinks he's crazy.
Yeah.
Because everyone who believed that is dead now. Yep. And then, why and how did people know that Doe had a crush on Dick?
He told him.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
He told Dick, he was like, I have a crush on you, and so I need to, unfortunately, like, fire you, basically, from your position, because I don't want you, like, being, like, near me, like, I don't want to have to be near you anymore, because he had a crush on him.
Interesting.
And so then they were like, we'll just get castrated instead.
Oh. But then they didn't do that anyways.
Yeah, so then he fired him.
I see. That's crazy.
Yep. That was a crazy ride.
Yeah, I need to see all these, like, videos and stuff.
It's very strange. I wonder how weird how much different it'll be versus, like, what you are imagining everybody looks like and how it is versus watching it. And also if I interpreted things wrong, because that's entirely possible.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a documentary on HBO Max, and this is how I would retell it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Wow. I don't think I've heard of Heaven's Gate, but I don't think I heard of anything you said. So
It was
So I
one of the
know-
most popular ones.
I know the name, but I guess I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Yep.
There weren't many members,
No.
so it's strange that they're so popular. Is it
It
just
was.
because
I
it's
think
one
it.
of the
I
cults
think it
that
was
like
the
died?
biggest mass suicide in United States.
Well, that's not true.
Well, that's what the documentary said. There was another. I know there was another one that was bigger, but I guess that wasn't in the United States.
It was. It was one of the cults.
But they mentioned that in the documentary. So I don't know why it would say that then. Maybe it said the second largest, but it was, I mean, yeah. I guess most cults don't die at the
Yeah.
end. So
Only like. Yeah. I don't know.
it seems like the standard, but it's really just a few that are like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah. I wonder why the 70s and like 80s were so cult heavy and serial killer heavy.
Well, the way that some of the people described it in the documentary was in the 70s, it was like you wanted to go away from the like normal, like how you were raised. So you would like
Mhm.
go and try to find something else. Because this one girl, she was like, I tried a bunch of different religions. And I don't think she was in the cult, but I think she maybe had a family member who was.
Mm.
I don't exactly remember her relation.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. They just, I guess, wanted to, like, spirituality, like, was a big thing.
Mhm.
So, lots of cults. Also, like, there wasn't, like, social media to,
Yeah.
like, find out things. So you
Mhm.
see a flyer about a religion and you're like, this sounds good. And then you go.
Yeah, it's so fascinating.
Yep. So that was that.
Well, that makes me excited for the next decade you do, because you always do good and I don't.
That's not true. You do good. You do good. I'm always interested.
Yeah.
We just do different types of things. Also, I realized we've been doing a lot of, like, dark thing. Like, all of our... It's, like, dark history. We haven't really done anything lighthearted, have we?
Let's see. 20s was
Radium.
Clara Bow.
Oh, right. Wait. Mm-hmm.
Radio.
No, radium.
Right. Oh. Maybe I was gonna do Clara Bow.
Yeah, you are going to.
So yeah, the Radium Girls. And then the 30s was
The Wizard of Oz.
And then the 40s was that one guy who died. That was horrible. I hated that. Because that was the worst one we've ever done. In the 50s. Oh, wait, no. The 50s was my
Yeah, I was like,
boring
I had
guy.
the 40s.
What'd you do for the... What? How did I do the 20s and you do the 30s?
No. I didn't have the 40s. In
So
50s,
it was that guy.
yeah,
So
in
who
50s,
was the 50s?
I did lobotomies.
Lobotomies. And then the 60s was Marilyn Monroe. And then the 70s was a cult.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the 80s and 90s are going to bring us.
Yeah. I wonder. I already said earlier what I was going to do for the 90s. So,
I have so many options for the 80s.
you bet. It's good when you already have an idea going into it, instead of
I
having to look for
never
an
do.
idea.
I always have to look because I have the worst decades.
Oh, there's only in the 50s was the only one that I knew what I was gonna do going into it.
Oh.
The other ones I had to like look up, like what happened in this decade.
I have to do that every decade.
I see.
I really gave myself the short end of the stick
You did.
because I was worried that you weren't going to be good at it, but then you were better at it. So
Thank you.
yeah.
It's just fun to write like an essay
Wow.
about it.
I'll keep that in mind next time,
No.
and then I'll give you the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
But I guess that's it for today.
That's it for the season.
That's it for the season. This is the last time you'll see us
Oh, I'm gonna miss you guys.
for a while. And you should expect some changes in the next coming season. It's going to be
I wonder what it's gonna be.
bigger and better plans are forming, and they're going to be exciting and new. So you definitely have to come back for season 4 because this might be the last time you see it like this.
Okay.
Because it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Well, you'll probably
It'll
still see the
look
set,
the same.
but like this is the last episode you'll see of this caliber.
Wow. I am so ready, and you guys better get ready too.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Actually, I think this season has been our biggest growth season.
For sure.
So thank you guys so much
Yeah.
for joining us this whole season. Like,
We appreciate every one of you. We're almost to 100
That's-
subscribers on YouTube. And we have some good downloads of like the listeners, but keep those going up.
yes.
And go follow our Instagram because we'll probably be posting some during the break.
Definitely
And
will
don't
be.
forget about our merch. That's still there. And we'll still be there. Always.
That was good.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.